Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty nifty news going on when it comes to quite a few different things. We have kind of a big list of good stuff to go and know. We actually, I do believe, have the brand new leaked PlayStation Plus games coming out for this next upcoming month, which also has one game that's leaked that's, well, kind of a very, very peculiar one, as you guys probably know. We'll get to that in a second. I think you guys will probably like the news we have with that one. We also have some pretty crazy news in terms of, well, when it comes to Game Pass as well, and how the PlayStation 5 actually might just be kind of fully, maybe even making even more money off that, and kind of a little bit of discussion on that. And as well, we also found a random lady who was pregnant and no one actually knew. So that's kind of probably a weird one to bring it up, but I'll show you guys. It was kind of just funny stuff. So a bit more of just a laid back, late night video, kind of relax, go and chill. We'll have probably a lot more stuff all throughout the rest of this week. So, and I hope you guys are ready for some more restock tracking with it starting to be on the next start of the next week. We'll probably get back in the groove again. So, also a really quick reminder too, if you guys have not had a chance to go and check out the brand new Samsung monitors down below, get the free $50. Click on the link, check it out down below. We've been mentioning a lot throughout the next probably like week or so, and go from there before it fully comes on out. Awesome monitor, great stuff. We have the Amazon links down below. We have the PS5 digital console controller. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. The Weeble Coinbase down below. We have everything else, Xboxes and all that good stuff as well down below. So let's go dive into the actual proper video itself. So very first and foremost, let's maybe cover up the PlayStation Plus news here really quick, just because we can kind of cover that a little bit quickly. But we actually have a website. This is not even an English website, I want to let you guys know. So this is kind of a little bit more on the earlier leak side. But when it comes to this, we actually have a very spicy game you guys can maybe go and probably see, where it looks like we're going to even have God of War be our next upcoming game in PlayStation Plus, and a few other things too as well. So PS Plus for June 2022, always a quick reminder, make sure you guys go and check and get your current month games for May. There's a lot of cool games on there if you just want to pick them on up. But as you guys know, they always add up new games as time goes on. So they're basically going to be setting up the 3 little games. So the PlayStation Plus games for June 2022 have apparently been leaked, where every month from Reddit the anticipated leak of the games that will make up the month occurs, and this has been no less. This time the leaker published the games, but minutes later deleted the post actually where the announcement took place. So maybe we just had a chance for them to actually fully know. So as you guys can probably go and tell, this is also going to be the very, I believe, first PS Plus, or maybe it's going to be the next one. This might be like the transition one, where we have the brand new PlayStation Plus system. So very intriguing for that one. So we have all the brand new games over here, and I love how the little website even lets you do like a little puzzle, so it can show you guys. So a few cool things. Number one, God of War. Now this is for the original one, but if this is actually going to be the PlayStation Plus game for this upcoming month, which these leaks are usually pretty reliable, that's going to be pretty sick. Like, that's actually kind of a smart marketing strategy, and that almost kind of bumps up my likelihood of them maybe doing a God of War Ragnarok sooner rather than later, or at least being mentioned in the Sony State of Play. Now, that's not 100% guaranteed, obviously, but at least when it comes to that stuff, at least we'll be watching. It would make a lot of sense. They announced the game. Maybe they want to play it for PS Plus. Maybe people checking it out, or maybe they'll do it for this month, and maybe next month or the next few months, they'll go and try to do a little bit more promotion for God of War Ragnarok. But this was a great game. If you guys had PlayStation Plus, 1 zillion percent, I think you guys should make sure you guys get it. It's just a good game. Get yourselves a kind of replay through or recheck it on out, or if you've never played it, literally play it, especially for God of War Ragnarok. Now, we also have a little bit of a Naruto to Boruto game, which I'm not sure how many of you guys will check on out. I'm a little bit of a weeb myself. You know, I've been watching Spy X Family this current anime season. But for this, if you guys want to go creep on that, you guys can. And funny enough, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl is actually might be the next PlayStation Plus game, which is kind of nifty and kind of smart, mainly because they keep on doing DLCs too as well. So this is not 1 zillion percent confirmed, but all the previous leaks and announcements do look pretty good and pretty solid. So when it comes to this one, like I said, God of War, great. Naruto to Boruto, great. And Nickelodeon. And there may also be a few other various games too as well. These will all be officially available as of June 17th and announced around then too as well. We'll have it a little bit earlier, around June 1st. So the leak does look pretty likely and look pretty good. And I do think the marketing strategy for God of War to PlayStation and PlayStation 5, you know, for the future games, I think a little bit on the smarter side. Now, kind of a little bit of a funny thing over here for live stream fails. Dude, there was literally a streamer. This was like it was really random. Dude, there was a streamer who they just always made sure their camera angle, like imagine if my camera angle is always like up above, and they were literally streaming full time, you know, doing their stuff. And they literally had a random baby. No one in the entire Twitch stream even knew they were pregnant, and it was nuts. Like, she just drops in the random baby out of nowhere, drops in the random marriage out of nowhere, and like everyone's just like, you could easily see like this Rukia guy is just like, what? And then you have, you know, you're just kind of sitting there, just like, wait, how does this even work? Like, literally, like all the comments, even they're like, oh my god, you have a child now, a baby. Like, what is going on? Like, Like, I mean, I kind of get it, though. Sometimes people are weird and strange. So there's just a random baby. I saw that up on Reddit, and I'm like, what on earth is going on here? What on earth is going on here? Now, for kind of like the more of, I guess, the main topic of the channel itself, is you guys know we actually had the Sniper Elite game, Sniper Elite 5, and apparently, funny enough, these sales are astronomically high when it comes to these games. And it almost kind of leads into the topic point of, is Game Pass actually kind of somewhat a detriment when it comes to the Xbox? And I would actually maybe like to do like more of a deep dive and like more of a proper dive into it. And I'm sure a lot of game developers are going to keep on wanting to do it, because I mean, there's probably a reason why they sign up for it and, want to do it in the first place. But as you guys can read by the title, 92% of the Sniper Elite sales are on the PS5 and PS4, which those are actually some astronomically crazy high numbers just in general for the ratio. So, but preemptively, before anything else, this is available on Xbox Game Pass. So obviously, I'm sure you have a lot of people on Xbox. They usually probably like to maintain the Xbox Game Pass, etc. So like, it's not like a fair one-to-one comparison. But I do want to go and say that this actually is a very intriguing thing. Because imagine this was something like Elden Ring. So, Elden Ring did phenomenal sales. But then imagine if Elden Ring was on Xbox Game Pass. And then while then maybe, let's say, PlayStation, they did 10 million sales. And then the Xbox maybe did 10 million downloads. But at the end of the day, what if the company actually might be losing money on their Game Pass deals? Because this, I think, was a day one Game Pass sale. Now, I always think Game Pass seems really good for indie games where you're maybe not guaranteed to have like a super big launch. But I kind of feel like some games out there have a little bit more of like a community backing or notoriety backing or just maybe like a good premise. So I always kind of wonder if this is actually bad. Like, is Game Pass actually kind of ruining like Xbox itself? Like, I'm actually kind of curious on that. So basically for this one, in case you guys are curious, they had their brand new game come on out. And a lot of people apparently have actually been liking it. I have not really seen too many people on Twitch go checking it out, but the game launched last week, and not only has it done well critically, so people are enjoying, everything with it, people are actually putting down the cash for it too. So the UK's physical games chart, it has actually debuted at number 1, but more interesting is the divide between PlayStation and Xbox sales. And I agree on this too as well, because if you're trying to go and focus with Xbox, Game Pass is cool. But like I said, what if Game Pass only gives you $1 million and you can have made $5 million just by selling the game? At the end of the day. So on the Sniper Sandbox physical sales so far, a whopping 92% of copies sold were the PlayStation 5 and PS4 versions. That just means that only 8% of the share went to Xbox version on retail. And that's kind of insane because there also, don't forget, there's a lot of folks out there who don't even have Game Pass. Like they could have an Xbox or Xbox Series S, and they don't even have Game Pass. So that they're not everyone is on the system. Not everyone's rolling with it. It's a good system nonetheless, don't get me wrong, but not everyone's fully into it. So it's very crazy to go and see just how well these sales are doing to the point where it's just like astronomical. Now, once again, I think most people would probably pay the $15 if they had a PC or Xbox versus, like say a $40, $50, $60 for most games. So I'll give a little bit of a thumbs up for that in case like my title seems a little bit more like PlayStation's the best, whatever, like that type of stuff. But it is kind of crazy to go and see just how that ratio works out at the end of the day. Now, obviously, like since it doesn't do a lot of the digital stuff, it doesn't include the Xbox Game Pass, but like you would think that you would want that. Like there actually is still a lot of people who buy physical. And I almost kind of feel like that actually might be maybe a long-term issue with Xbox. Probably not the biggest one. It's not going to probably bankrupt them or anything. But it does kind of seem like, hey, you're just probably trying your best to go purely digital. I guess so is Sony with the PS5 Digital. But like it kind of seems like for Game Pass, they're just trying to get people on the ecosystem, which is fine. But people do like to buy games, and you actually can sometimes make more money just doing physical games, as well. Like it's just really nice. And it's also, there's a lot of perks to it too, so you can like sell it or let your friends borrow the game, etc. And I kind of don't want that to really go away. It's kind of a big reason why I still haven't bought the PS5 Disc Edition myself. I feel like I like the idea of having a chance to hold my games, collect my games, etc. And like I don't mind digital downloads, but sometimes you want to get that fancy stuff or the collector's edition, So it's kind of an intriguing thing too, because this kind of seems like there's a huge shift away from purchasing games and go towards more of the service-based feature, which would maybe think maybe Netflix, where it's like you just want to pay the subscription, you don't want to get new movies. But like at a certain point, people are like, well, I'm getting kind of bored of the catalog, or maybe I want to get a new game, or maybe a different service has it, and they don't want to spend the extra money. So it's kind of intriguing to go and see how bad these have been. So there's only one example too as well, but Game Pass does seem to have a huge impact on physical sales, and I would probably agree on that too as well. They also have said that subscription actually increases sales, but this actually seems to go and show the opposite too as well. And like obviously the article and everything else will have more information as time goes on, and it's not like, it's not like a bad thing per se, it's just someone choosing Game Pass over physical. But it is kind of intriguing to see that they kind of seem like they got caught out on lies, at least based on this. This has been like the first big game in a while, and just very intriguing to go and see that how many people want physical, especially for PlayStation. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments down below in case you guys want to see the overall list too. Snap early into Horizon, into Nintendo Switch Sports, into Lego, to Gran Turismo, and all that for the nice little top 10 over here. So give me your thoughts and comments down below, and keep on checking out the Samsung links down below too as well if you guys would like. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We have the Weeble and Coinbase down below. We have all the Twitch stuff and all that stuff and Amazon links as well. Have a good rest of your nights. We'll have a lot more videos tomorrow, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching.